Appreciate it, man.
What's your name?
Thank you. Hey, thank you. Let's give it for Daryl again. Yeah, he right. I did nothing for a whole year. Absolutely nothing. So I'm excited today because 2 reasons. One, because you're here and you're taking time out to invest in yourself. And the second reason is because when we started here in my econ about 3 years ago, it was a lot longer, but 3 years ago, we didn't have a whole lot of people part of it in this area. But because of Daryl and Mr. Thomas and a few other people's persistence and keep going and not stopping, all of us are here today. So let's give a round of applause for these gentlemen. Now, with that being said, earlier I told the people that was in the presentation to write something down. It's called a refundable, what was it called again? Refundable credit. Miss Betty remember. Refundable credit. We're going to talk about that today, but first I want to start out by saying that the money that's in your paycheck, the part that says federal, is yours. It's your money. Most people see that as being like it's a secret, like the government gonna come get you if you get your money back. It's your money. Most people pay in too much throughout the year and they're looking forward to a refund. So today I'm going to show you how a refund is keeping you broke by waiting. Charlie's shaking her hand. She's like, yeah, you're right. But let me start with this first. I'm a real big reader. And so I was doing some research. And this elephant is actually called learned helplessness. Anyone heard of learned helplessness before? Heard before? Can someone read that for me?
The elephant is held back not by the puny rope, but by its belief system. Are you too?
Now, when I say learned helplessness, elephants are actually tamed when they're small. They put them on a rope like this when they're really small. And they baby elephants, and every time they baby elephants, they try to jump away, guess what happened? Some pull them back. And they try to pull away again, and some do what? Pull them back. Most people are living their life like that. Whenever you almost had that breakthrough, you got that chain that you've been attached to your whole life, and it's doing what? Pulling you back. And most of it coming in the form of family members and friends. Think about this for a minute. Whenever you start something new, your family says, I want to do one of those things. That's that rope. It's pulling you back. And your belief system is staying where it used to be, but your mind is going to different places. You can't hold on to both of them. And so today, I want y'all to break that chain, because there's a lot of people who grew up with the mindset that refund checks are like the biggest thing in the world. Like it's the best time of year, and it is in some cases. But here's the thing, your refund check is keeping you broke because of your belief system. So today, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to teach you to think a little bit differently. Anyone want to see how to think a little bit differently? All right, let's keep going. So, why do you need to adjust your W-4? Plain and simple, it is your money. It's your money. 80% of people have this form filled out wrong. I know some people that's been in my camp for a while has heard this for a long time, but here's the thing, you should have someone new with you beside you hearing the same thing. They need to hear it. 80% have filled out wrong. Most people haven't fixed their W-4 or changed it since they were in high school. Most people haven't. They kept it like that from high school and said, well, mama said, there's a belief system coming up. Mama said that if I put it on 2 or 3, I'm going to have to do what? Pay in. That's their chain. Well, mama not a tax. I'm not talking about your mama. I'm just saying that in many cases, mama is not a tax strategist. Mama is not a CPA. Mama is not an enrolled agent. And so mama keeping you broke. Or you had a friend, you be at work, and say, girl, what you doing? Well, I'm adjusting my W-4. I wouldn't do that. You're going to have to pay in. Your friend at work is not a CPA. Your friend at work is not a tax preparer. Your friend at work is not an enrolled agent. So why are you letting that chain keep holding you down? Because here's the thing. Most people keep listening to the people that are just like them. Think about it. If I'm broke, guess who around me going to be? Broke people. So you got to break that chain and get away from that belief system. Now, I want to show you all this. I could talk all day, but the government says that you might be using the extra withholding as a forced savings method. Let me read this slowly, this next sentence. But Uncle Sam doesn't pay interest on refunds except in special circumstances. Now, when I say special circumstances, no one in America is special, according to the IRS. Many people don't qualify for that. This is what the government said, not mama, not daddy, not cousin. Putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debts might be a better option. What are they telling you to do? They telling you, they giving you the blueprint, but most people keep on going back to what? The belief system.
Right.
Now, I want to talk about this real quick because we have to understand this basic concept before we move forward. There's a difference between a deduction and a credit. Does anyone know the difference? Don't be afraid. Vakisa, what's a deduction?
Well, a deduction is money that you actually take or subtract from your actual income.
Good. A deduction is money you subtract from your income. And so here's the thing with a deduction, it can lower your taxable amount and it can also lower the percentage rate, but it can't make it go away. So it can just deduct it down. Everyone follow me so far? Y'all got it? So you can take it directly out. That's a deduction. Most people know about the deduction you get for your children, the deduction you get for being single. I take that back. Most people know about head of household, right? Like, I'm the head of the house. If you don't have a dependent, you're not the head of nobody's house. You got to have a dependent. So most people know about those deductions. But here's the thing. As a business owner, you get over 450 deductions. You qualify for it. But you don't qualify for it as an employee. You only qualify for what's called the standard deductions. I don't like being standard. I'm special. So I want to have all my special deductions as a business owner. Now, let's get to the other part. This is called a credit. Anyone know what a tax credit is? You can say it out loud. Don't be afraid. Yes, sir.
Is it decrease your tax liability?
That's good. What? Boy, that's what I'm talking about. The reason I gave him a 5 right there is because Khalil is 21 years old. 21, and he learned this information. Imagine if you learned this at 21.
Wow.
We probably wouldn't be sitting in this room together. We'd probably be so he's 21 years old learning stuff. You're right. A credit can go against your taxable liability of how much you owe the government. So let's say, for instance, after you've done your taxes and it says that you owe the government $1,000 and you qualify for a tax credit. They can take that $1,000 and the tax credit and make you not owe anything. Y'all follow me? It's almost like the government writes you a check and say, here, if you owe this amount, we'll write you a check for $1,000. Use this to pay out how much you owe us. That's a tax credit. Most people in America qualify for deductions and credits. But most people in America don't know how to get to them. Most times people make too much money and they don't have enough deductions to qualify for their credits. Anyone heard of what's called the earned income credit? Everybody heard that. But here's the thing. If your deductions don't get to a certain level, you can't get the earned income credit. Right? Who said show okay? Okay. So you got it. You can't get it. So here in my econ, not only do we help you get your deductions, but we indirectly help you get your what? Credits. Now, I'm going to show you something in a minute. These are called refundable credits. But I'm going to show you this first about deductions because I want you all to understand what deductions do. Most people have seen this chart before, and you see it over and over again. It's so when you go out there, your belief system don't pull you back with. So you got to see repetition. You got to see it over and over and over again so you can understand it. Now, you all know my story. At $48,000, I have to pay in $12,000 because the percentage is right there. Now, anyone know what happens next? Because we just talked about deductions. What do I qualify for? Standard deductions. Y'all got it. Y'all teaching me now. Standard deductions. What's the standard deduction for someone being single? $6,300. Y'all got this. $6,300. So the $6,300 and the $4,000 combined. $4,000 standard. It's called a personal deduction. So those two combined, they come out from my taxable income, and it gets me to $38,000. Now, for the people in the room who understand about credits, at $38,000, I qualify for no credits. Does this make sense? I qualify for no credits. Let me keep going. So I still pay 25% in taxes. Now I owe $9,500. Now, anyone know about the business deductions we get? What's the normal number that goes here? 16,000? All right, so we take the $16,000 deduction directly off of your taxable income, and then you drop down to $22,000. Now, if I lower my taxable income down low enough, I can qualify for what? Credits. Most people wonder, well, Kevin, how did you get that $6,200 back your first year doing the business? Well, I qualify for credits. I qualify for education credits. I qualify for more credits that I wouldn't get before because my taxable income was too high. Is this simple enough for y'all? Y'all follow me? So now I owe in $3,300 and I got back money from the state and the federal. Money back from both because I had credits and I had used my deductions. So Charla posted a great conversation the other day on GroupMe on Facebook. I love social media, so I'm talking about this. I love social media. In Arkansas right now, there's a lot of people who's getting back small refund checks from state. People shaking their head like, yeah, I am. Charla, is that true? People getting back small. Somebody got back like $3, you said? $3. What's that now?
The most I've heard refund is 100. So most of them are 3 and 14.
$3 and $14. Now, I see the other side of this because I prepare tax for business owners. On the business owner side, I've been seeing people get back $500, $600, $700 because you have deductions even in the state too that you qualify for. See, having a business not only benefits you from a federal side, but also on the state side. People that have regular jobs are getting $3 and $4. People who have business get back $300 or $400. For Keisha, prime example, your first year in my econ, what did you get before from your state and after state?
Before my econ, I think I got around about 200.
Mm-hmm.
And after my econ, I got about 800.
$800 from simply using the strategy. So let's go to credits. So I want y'all to get this. And we talked about it earlier. But what are some of the most common tax credits that you know of? Dependents, those are deductions, but they can be credits. What credit do you get for dependents?
Child credit.
Y'all, child tax credit. Y'all got it. The earned income credit you get for dependents. Say it. Students, yeah, for having education, it was called the American Lifetime Credit, the Hope Lifetime Credit. See all these credits you get for just living in America? But they have something called refundable credits. Refundable credits. You want to write this down? Because I'm telling you right now, it's a lot of single mothers in the room that will benefit from my econ greatly from understanding this. I'm saying greatly because here's the thing. Did you know that the government is giving away money each and every year if you have any children? The first refundable credit is called EIC. We just talked about it. What's EIC? It's a refundable credit. Let me explain refundable credit. That means that the government will write you a check for this credit and give you money. You all wonder why single parents get like $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 at the beginning of the year? Because they qualify for these credits. So here's the thing. If you're a single mother, you can make that adjustment to your W-4 during the year and get your money in your home during the year. And then at the end of the year, guess what's going to happen? You're still going to get a check because it's called a refundable credit. They will give you money. Are y'all following me? Let's look at the next one. CTC. What is that? Child tax credit. Y'all got it. That's another refundable credit. That means that all year long, you can adjust your W-4, get more money in your pocket during the year, and then at the end of the year, guess what's going to happen? Still get a check. The government is giving away money. It's a strategy. Let's look at the last one. ATC. This is a tough one for some people. I ain't went to school in years. What did it say it was? After tax credit? No. That's a good one. We need to change the name to after tax credit. Allowable. Most students in the room know what this is. If you ever went to college, your mama may know what it is, or your dad may know what it is. Think about it. Keep going. Keep thinking. I said it already just to see if y'all's going to catch on. Huh? American tax credit. It's another education credit. It's also a refundable credit. American tax credit is another refundable credit. What is a refundable credit? No. That's a credit. What is a refundable credit? Make sure y'all paying attention. They write you a check, and it's like giving you money. That's what a refundable credit is. I want y'all to understand this. The government is giving you money if you qualify for these. It's a check. So I'm going to say this again. So if you're a single mom and you're just your W-4 the way it's supposed to be, you will have a little bit taken out of federal, right? A little bit taken out of federal, and you'll still get a what? Refund. Do y'all see the strategy? A little bit out of federal, and you'll still get a refund. Most people only need an additional $200 to $300 a month so they won't have to go file bankruptcy. Most parents only need about $200 or $300 a month so they can feed their children. Most parents only need about $200 or $300 a month to keep the lights on. But most people keep their W-4 set on zero, and they're like, well, I'm not going to get anything back because they don't understand refundable credits. You still don't get money back. But you still need your money during the year too. She's shaking her head. She's like, yeah, we need the money during the year. So what I'm telling you today is, and my whole purpose for being here is, don't be afraid to learn the system. This is how the system works. This is not going to change. Well, it could. Congress could change it. But how the system is set up, you're not going to change the system. Just learn how to work with it. That's all we teach you to do in my econ. Work with the system. Don't be afraid of that person whose belief system is still this low and you thinking it's high. All right? All right. So let me show you how the wealthy keep getting wealthy in America and the poor keep getting poor. It's called the wealth gap. So I'm going to need two people to help me out. I'm going to bring up Khalil. Let's give Khalil a round of applause. On this side. And who else do I want to bring up here? Let me see. Let's bring Miss D up here. Miss D. Come on up, Miss D. All right. The wealthy, right here. The wealthy practice a strategy called income shifting, the same strategy we teach you as well, where they don't pay a dime more than they have to pay in taxes. But most poor people pay all their taxes first because they taught to do it that way. I'm going to show you today, because of the way that most people were taught, how it's keeping their family broke and generations to come broke because they're not using this. So with that being said, Ms. D, I want you to represent the government. Okay. Let's give it up for the government on this side. And let's give it up for Mr. Happy Refund guy on this side. He always happy about refund checks. All right, so the average refund check is around $3,600. Is that right? Let me make sure my math is right. Someone do 300 times 12 real quick. 300 times 12. That's right, 3,600? So the average refund check is about $3,600. Now, Mr. Happy Refund guy over here, he gets happy every year because the government is doing him a favor and giving them $3,600. Now, what I want you all to do in the audience, I want you to do 3,600 times 30. That means you're going to get a refund check for 30. This is what most people do. That's Mr. Happy Refund. They get a refund check for 30 years. Multiply by 3,600. Let me know what you get. Let me see that real quick. How much? Wow, that's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of money. $108,000? Sure, I need that. There you go. So you happy about that refund check? You got $108,000, man. You're doing good. Now let me show you how to. He said, I'm rich. Now, let me show you how the government commits what's called white collar crime. They don't point a gun at you. They point papers at you. Like your W-4 form, small letters, don't say it so big. And they said, well, Mr. Happy Refund guy, since you like getting a refund, we're going to take your $300 a month and we're going to rob you over time. That don't sound like a whole bunch of money to do it. $300 a month? That's not a lot of money, is it? Some people say it adds up. But some people looking like, well, that's not a lot of money, $300 a month. Let me show you how this works. So do what I need you to do. For every 5 years I put on there, I need you to take a step that way. You can walk, okay? All right. So, Mr. Happy Refund guy, you happy? Yeah. You good? All right. So what we did is we took the 3,600 and divided it by 12. That gave us $300 a month, right? Y'all follow me? All right, so after 5 years, the government made $27,000 with your money. It's not so bad. You can keep going. Walk a little bit further. There we go. Khalil still got $108,000, right? He's still good. Mr. Happy Refund, like, I'm winning. Let's look at after 10 years, the government made $68,000 with your money. The government's walking slow, but they moving fast. After 18 years, the government's made $195,000 with your money. Still walking slow, moving fast. That hustler, boy. That hustler. You still happy?
No.
Like, no, I'm not happy. After 30 years, this is serious. After 30 years, the government has walked away with your wealth and made almost $1 million. And you still happy about $3,600 a year. Again, the government does not rob you in one big chunk. And I want to say this, we have no problems with the government at all. We just want you to use the rules to your advantage because the government makes interest every single month you give them that refund check. Every month the government gets interest. And at the end of the year, Mr. Happy Refund guy, he happy, but he losing $1 million. This is why we're not able to pass down nothing to the next generation because we don't understand how the game works. All right, so you can have a seat. Thank you all. Let's give them a round of applause. They did great. This is I'm actually done at this point, but I want y'all to really understand what I just showed you all today about the refundable credits. You all probably know a lot of single parents out there. I grew up in a single parent home, so this is like a touchy subject for me. Most times, growing up in a single parent home, the mother does everything they can. I mean, everything. But it's just they need a little bit extra money to put food on the table. Just a little bit extra money to be able to send the kids to school with school shoes. Just a little bit extra money to give them lunch money. See, when you grow up in a single parent home, just a little bit extra money can go a long way. But if you don't tell anyone about this, that little bit extra money that single parents think they're going to lose, they're going to get it back at the end of the year. Yes? It's based on both. It's based on both. It's based on both. And it also is based on how many children you have in the household too. If I got one child in the house, I got a threshold. If I got 2 kids in the house, I got another threshold. If I got 3 kids in the house, I got another threshold. So that's all. It's based on 2 things. Mm-hmm. All right, this is my cue to leave. How many people learned something new today? Good. Okay, good. All right, so this is my cue to sit down. Let me get off the stage. There, you got it.